Here back again with a little bit of a treat. Uh this is just a brief stream. But this is Castlevania Resurrection on the Sega Dreamcast, the canceled E3 demo. The music is always going to be on loop, so we're just gonna pretty much hear the same backing track. This is something that I guess one of the so the story goes is this is the forgotten E3 demo that was made available for various onlookers and game enthusiasts back in the early 2000s, in the early millennium. This was an anticipated Castlevania game that never saw the light of day. There was tons of promotional work for it. Basically, this is our look at Sonia Belmont in 3D. And there would also be a future Belmont named Victor Belmont. Look, probably voiced by Tim Curry. But yeah, this is the game that never saw the light of day. So saw a lot of people. This game got dumped online last year, and somebody ended up dumping the ROM. And I watched a lot of YouTubers and Castlevania enthusiasts kind of do their take and review the game, but they missed a lot of crucial stuff. So for example, it's real basic. It's kind of like Castlevania 64. Camera follows you. Pressing the A button, Sonia can jump. Pressing X throws the whip. But if you hold X, you see that little blue bar, that's a stamina bar. Releasing it, she does like a dual attack, which is pretty cool. B and Y don't do anything. I would assume it's for sub-weapons. Holding the L crouches, so you can kind of like turn your position. But if you hold L and hold R and press left or right, forward and back, you can do a Souls dodge. So you could just imagine that this game was getting ahead of its time. Obviously the animation is incomplete because it was never fully developed, and this is the E3 demo. But knowing that a Castlevania game has a stamina bar to now decide how you're going to use the whip, if you're going to just like release it at like almost full power or just light, and then you could just essentially just roll. You don't even have to hold crouch. You could just straight up just hold R and Sonia be rolling. Now she's not moving, she's only moving like a pixel forward, but that's pretty cool. I have the camera set to auto seek. Oh, this is normal, so it's just gonna follow, but I think it doesn't really matter because if I put it in auto seek, it just does the same thing. So camera controls would probably be similar to that of Castlevania 64. So we got the bone pillar. We got bone pillar enemy, which is pretty cool. We always like seeing those bone pillars. You see these like little like dark priests, and they like to shoot me with lightning, but we'll crack them with the whip. Now, if you get close to an enemy, Sonia will pull out a sword and do a little like up close melee attack. I can't control that regularly. But yeah, this is the unreleased Dreamcast Castlevania game. And I'm trying to do like a little mock review. I saw a lot of people review this game and they missed out a bunch on what you could do. So, one of the cool things that like they didn't talk about is you could Souls dodge. You can Souls roll. None of the reviewers talked about that. And none of the reviewers also noted that you can hold the attack button and do a double attack with the whip. So that little blue bar is a stamina bar. And Sonia can release a more devastating attack. But most likely I'm going to die here. You see there's a timer up there. It doesn't really do much. It just like keeps cycling, to 80 seconds or whatever. But I'm looking at this backdrop here. I'm getting some Witcher 2 vibes. If anybody ever played The Witcher 2, the very beginning of the game, Geralt is running through the town of Vizima. Um, so I mean, I kind of like it. It looks like they try to do a lot of close quarters combat. The ROM is online, so you can find this ROM online. Well, this is kind of the video. I'm doing it live with a little bit of like fan interaction. So obviously we got janky N64 style camera controls. Oh, the camera doesn't seek if you click no seek. That's interesting. So normal just kind of locks it back in place. Boom, there we go. But yeah, so basically this is just one area, this courtyard. There's nothing really to do. It just loops in a circle. We can clip out of bounds. More so, people just, a lot of reviewers just, you know, kind of knock the combat. And they missed out on, like, what Sonya can do. We gotta go up here. I'm gonna probably die, but it's okay. Because we're only gonna look at a few of the levels here, and then we're gonna probably play Dino Crisis. But yeah, so spamming the attack button, Sonya's just casting the whip. But again, holding it releases more of more powerful attack, where she just goes whop whop. Candles you can interact with. As you can see, I picked up a large heart there. No, this is this is the full game. I mean, there's really nothing. Like, the game was never complete, so we can pick different levels, which I'm gonna do in this live. I'm just showing everybody the courtyard stage right now before I go to the next level. Again, we got some janky camera, good old N64 camera that's just gonna, you know, get in our way. You gotta understand this is, you know, 1999, 2000, so 3D Castlevania games were new. That's kind of what happens when you die. It kind of just pans out, so we can select our levels. I'll take the courtyard more seriously. To try to get through it. The one level will not work on the Dreamcast. There's actually a... I think we can fight Medusa. There's a level before her where we're being pursued. It's kind of like meant to be an auto-scroller. But it doesn't really load properly on Dreamcast hardware. If you had an emulator on PC, you could play the level. It's just a level's very incomplete. So some of these bad guys have insane amounts of health and weird hitboxes. As you can see, like, these dark priests are, you know, they got shields. But if we clear all these enemies, we'll go to the next level. I don't think they're gonna redo the canceled Castlevania game. Number one, Sonya Belmont's not canon. So I mean, you know, it wouldn't make sense to tell Sonya Belmont's story. I mean, so what I remember hearing about this game was there was going to be a time travel element. So the game is going to be half Sonya Belmont, half Victor Belmont. And the game, we would be jumping through time. So we would be controlling Sonya in the mid 1400s, early 1400s. And we would be controlling Victor Belmont in like mid 1800s. It was told that Victor Belmont, who would be possibly played by Tim Curry, was a Belmont who's a gambler. He's kind of a thief. He's just not like the best person to be around. And obviously there's this plot where this female vampire, possibly the bride of Dracula, is going to resurrect Dracula or it's Dracula's daughter. It was never made clear, but obviously Victor Belmont needs some encouragement. And this is where Sonia Belmont comes into play, because she would be basically whatever happened in her past would intersect with Victor Belmont's story. And basically it's going to be the two of them. Or something. So either Sonia does something in the past which affects Victor Belmont in the future. That was the whole element of the game. But there's not much. If you get up close to an enemy, she pulls out a sword and she takes a little sword swipe. Go over here. We're just gonna get attacked by the bone pillar. I think there's only a couple more of those dark priests, and straight up we can clip out of this wall here if we're not careful, but I'll show you how we can do that. What we need to do is take out this bone thrower up here, and we're gonna charge up the whip. And yeah, if you get hit, you lose kind of that charge power up. It's got basic sound effects, like we get the thwack sound, we get the stuff, but it's not. This game is not fluid. It does not play very fluidly, but this was supposedly the first demo of the game. So there we go. We might die here, but yeah, this level just loops around. So I'm assuming if we go through this door, which is obviously closed, it looks like we have 3 lives to complete the level. This door doesn't open. There's no transitioning, but I'm only assuming that if we transition through that door, we would go to the next level. We could jump and whip. So yeah, so basically this is the beginning of the game. Now we can, ooh, hey Ghost. Charging up the whip here. There we go. Take him out. 1 hit. Let me see. I'll clip out of the area. We have to go. I think we have to go this way. We have to climb up those little parapets and walk across. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once you clear out all the baddies, there's really nothing. You can't collect anything. There's nothing to do. Again, it's very unfinished, but this is the E3 demo. That was, promised. Like, some of the textures look like very N64-ish. With a little bit of early 2000, definitely that PC look. So if we jump right here, we're out of bounds. So we can kind of see, where that door goes to. So if we go through it here, Sonya just runs through the void. But yeah, we can see like this is a transition area, so it may have been like defeat all the enemies, and if we, get in here, we can go to the next area. Obviously, I can't clip through anything, so we'll go to the next area, which is the stairs. So I'm pressing start to select the level. That bat's just gonna always hit me. I'm gonna try to. So we take a death there. It's okay. Try it again. I'm playing this on my really cool Bluetooth controller. My Bluetooth Dreamcast controller. It's called the Dreamcon. Alright, so... And I am playing this on my Saturn. You can find the file online. And you could dump it if you have a GDMU or a mode by Terra Onion. Or if you have a Dreamcast emulator online. you could definitely run it on your PC. We have to fight these two sorcerers. They're kind of a pain. But this should be where we get our first sub-weapon. I think we get the knife here. So I'm only imagining this is what would happen if we enter those gates. Ooh, I don't know what that was, but we picked it up. Oh, it looked like it just fully capped out our hearts, which is really nice. So yeah, you can strike the candles, and they'll give you stuff. Nothing to do here. We got some nice stained glass artwork. You can strike any candle, like in classic Castlevania game, for something. So these stairs kind of remind me of Symphony of the Night when you're in the Holy Chapel. Some of these, those spiky things are supposed to come down and hit us. Obviously, they weren't programmed. So just jump down. Or just run right through that gap there. See what we get there. Ooh, I got some good range on that whip strike. So in the top right, it looks like we need a key. So a key is kind of like visible. So I guess probably in this room we were supposed to find a key to unlock the next door. It may have just been a program that we picked it up. That could have been maybe what we needed to get in through the beginning part here. So let's go over here and yeah, so a fully charged whip strike does massive damage against some baddies, but you know, once you get hit, you can't cast the whip. You have to wait till it charges up again. Hearts obviously refill your sub-weapon counter. So it's really nice that we're getting hearts from these candles. We're getting some items here, which is pretty cool. Can't break the candle. This is the end of that area. So again, nothing really, nothing spectacular here. Let's go to the next area, which is the hall. Excuse me. Short stream. So now we're on the other side of this door. And it looks like we're all still trying to get into Dracula's castle here. Or somebody's castle. It might not be Dracula's. So obviously we got full health. Go over here. We're going to charge up our whip. We can crouch down. But we can't inch forward. But I'm just going to charge my whip so I can do those combos. Because they are hitting. And that was the one thing I noticed that none of the players were talking about, is the fact that you could charge the whip strike with that blue bar. And again, all I'm doing is holding the attack button, which is X on the Dreamcast controller. And I'm just like waiting, like it's Dark Souls. Time your attack. Let's see. Now if we jump down here, obviously we die. It's a bottomless pit. There's nothing down there. Or like me, I just fall. But as you noticed, because I fell, the collision wasn't rendered right, so I'm kind of like half out of bounds, and obviously I have levitational powers, which is pretty cool. And it looks like I can scale up a ramp, which is pretty cool. Oh, okay. I can turn that down. Hold on. I'll fix that. How about now? Is that better? I think that's better. Yeah, the audio just loops. There was no audio in this game. Ooh, what's over there? I see a candle in the distance. It's the first flame. My god, this is the answer to Dark Souls. That is the first flame. The Vertive Pygmy found it. Yeah, there's no audio in this game demo. So the person that had the disc ended up putting just a loop on it. Makes it atmospheric. Yes, this is for the Dreamcast. This is the canceled Castlevania Resurrection. This is the E3 demo that was played by those select few. Try to jump up here, kind of clip out or clip back into the map. Come on, Sonia. There's a way to do this. Just gotta... There we go. Oh, hey. Oh, we're fighting in subspace. Ooh, did you see those face textures on those guys? Those were old men. Charge up my attack. Oh, that was not cool. I thought they were glitched. So Sonya can jump and whip. So we can whip in midair. But again, it's not as fluid as like the N64s, where you could like cycle through a sub-weapon. You know, Carrie and Reinhardt had two different abilities. Carrie could use her rings to smash objects and people. Reinhardt can pull out a short sword. But as you can see, there's a hall up there. And if I can just clip back in bounds, we could be good. Come on. But that's pretty much it, like, for this room here. Well, you see, we're standing on a platform. There's a wall there. There's just a door at the end of the hallway. There's nothing more. Good job! Did you get 200.6%? Because that's how you beat Symphony of Night. You gotta get 200.6%. We're gonna go to the next area. So going through that door will take us to the corridor. And we also realize that somehow we... Oh, this one... Oh, that corridor might be the one that doesn't load right. Uh-oh. So, I think I'm right. The corridor can't be loaded on the Dreamcast. It could be loaded on an emulator. Let me reset my Dreamcast here. Reset X. Yes. Reset. So basically the corridor is an auto-scrolling level. We would be pursued by, I guess, a giant Medusa. And, you know, there's lava and platforms we have to avoid at all cost. So doing that, we just had to get by. So as you can see, please ignore the fact that I have to scroll through my games here. Where is it? There it is. We'll show that last area. Yeah, the game just crashes if you load the corridor level, but it's a really cool level. I played it on an emulator. You are chased by like a three-headed snake down this fiery hallway. You gotta obviously jump through holes that could lead to burning lava and whatnot. So, let's see here. Let's go to the chapel. Now, the chapel is actually where we fight the boss. So it could be that this is probably the game's second level. I'm really assuming the game would start off in like a cemetery or forest. But this would be like the second area where Sonya has to... And of course I fall right into the lava, which is great. Not good. If we fall into the lava, there's pretty much nothing we can do here. We gotta like reset out because we can't jump out of the lava. But we don't take tick damage, which is okay. So yeah. Early 3D cameras that are not the best. Now we have to basically kill everybody in this room to fight Medusa. Medusa is the boss. So again, I am assuming that this game would require us to probably play as, you know, this is probably around level 2. We're just gonna keep spamming attack on this guy. Yeah, there we go. Oh, oh man, we got some janky textures of Sonya, which is pretty cool. So we can pick up parts and stuff. Let's see here. Try to get some. Oh, did I clipped through the floor? And that's something. Try it again. Yeah, it's not a perfect game. It's a little janky, but that's pretty much it. In all fairness, you know, we got mild platforming. It's sad that this game never got released, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad because Lament of Innocence was a really good 3D Castlevania game. You know, it's nice seeing what could have been. But, you know, the Dreamcast did have a very short life. I think the Dreamcast was only around for... Oh, we got a knife. Come on, pick it up. Where is it at? I saw it. Oh, okay, so B is our sub-weapon. So let me try to line up on something here. So, yeah, she throws the knife. So we did pick up a knife. That appears in our inventory up there. Haven't found any wall meat. It's nice that we're getting some items. You know, this could be probably a very rough prototype level to what, you know, Lament of Innocence had. They had the House of Sacred Remains and the Garden Forgotten by Time. And you're kind of thinking, like, you know what? They kind of really did could have borrowed some elements here. Like, this is giving me some House of Sacred Remains vibes. Because we're in the chapel. Gotta, like, we got ducked down there. We need some sort of wall meat. Not. Oh, look at that! There's some food right there. Oh, more food. So that didn't look like a nice little, you know, pork chop or chicken. That looked like a roast. A raw roast. But that's okay. I believe we have to take out 2 of... Oh, the door just opened. Let's go up here. Yeah, you can see this kind of gives you House of Sacred Remains vibes. Let's charge up the whip. He's stuck behind the candle. Yeah, I was sad too. There's a lot of games that I was really sad that got canceled in the early 2000s, and believe it or not, a canceled Castlevania on the Dreamcast. Castlevania was released on practically every system, except for like Virtual Boy. That would have been weird. But yeah, it didn't get much love with the Sega, so this would be a really cool entry. But it's, you know, again, forgotten by time. I want to try to see if there's another, like, meat or something over here. Charge up my attack. There we go. See what we get over here. Ooh. Hey. Sonya's got some really good range with her whip. Let's see. Charge it up, charge it up, charge it up, and... there we go. No rumble. I do have the rumble pack on my Dreamcast, so there's no rumble support here. We picked up an item. I don't know what that does. I guess it may give us like a shield or something, or some sort of defensive ability. But now we're gonna fight the boss, Medusa. Well, let's go over here. Let's see, is there somebody over here? No, let's see what's over here. Just a heart. Alright, let's go. So Medusa's in here. She's gonna spawn. She looks like Mithra from Dark Souls 2. So we're gonna whip her a few times, and then she's gonna turn into the giant Medusa head. No boss bar. No boss bar. So we don't know how much damage we're doing to her. I was trying to duck or something, but obviously the Medusa fight against Leon was pretty cool. I'm gonna spam knives at her. I'm just chucking my knife. See what happens here. Will it be enough? Doing damage there. We can see the blood. I don't think she's hitting me with her poison. Can we beat Resurrection with just the sub-weapon? Well, I like how the knives ricochet back. That's kind of decent. There we go. She's dead. That's it. Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice that. So when we kill her in her first phase, her head comes off of her body. That's nifty. And quite up there's the boss sphere, and that's it. That's the end of the game. That was Castlevania Resurrection on the Sega Dreamcast. This is the E3 demo. I'm gonna probably go eat some dinner and then probably stream some Dino Crisis on the Dreamcast because I got a patch for VGA support. And playing Dino Crisis on the Dreamcast is probably the best way to play. If you if you get the PC version, play that one. But visually, the Dreamcast is better than the PlayStation version. So if I'm gonna stream like classic Resident Evil games and stuff, I'm gonna make sure I play the PlayStation or the Dreamcast version of Code Veronica, Nemesis. I don't think 2 came out on Dreamcast, but Nemesis did. But yeah, thanks for joining. Give me about probably an hour and I'll switch over to Dino Crisis. So like, subscribe, follow me on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Make a request on what games you want to see me play. We just got through Portrait of Ruin. We're going to start Order of Ecclesia soon. But that's that. Hope everybody got a nice opportunity to see me play this Forgotten Gem. Oh, and there's a death animation right now. See? Now she does a generic death animation. So, what a send-off. We saw everything that the E3 Castlevania Resurrection has to offer. So, without further ado, check back in later. Hope you enjoyed.